Alright, what's going on? We are back. It's been a little while. We're going to look at some player development here. So some speed and some fielding for Charlie Angels. I mean, the fielding's there. We're going to go for it. The speed boost isn't going to do much for her, but we'll certainly take the fielding. Got 99 fielding for Charlie. What an absolute legend. We got for Ella, composed, fielding, no velo, a lot of junk. Let's see, velo. Ooh, I don't know if that's worth the trade. I'm not tempted much by that, to be honest with you. Let's see, junk, accuracy for, and she's struggled so much as Allie. Let's do that for Allie. And look at that, we have avoided the negative trait, I suppose. And this is for laundry. I don't really want to get base on balls prone for her. Accuracy to 6. I don't think that's worth it, to be honest. Well, we're going to watch this opening game here in Canada. We are on the road for real now. And let's get Pop Rocks off of first base. And we'll get Behind back in there. I think she's finally maybe doing a little bit better. Yeah, so she's back to neutral. So get her back in there. Locked in. We got a few players locked. Tense. Who's tense? You've had time to... Oh, that's Barry Blend. I was like, you've had time to rest. What are you on about? Over at third. Not a lot we can do about that. I don't think we have anyone with that utility trait, but I suppose we could throw Candy Corn. Ooh, we got a locked-in bat, though, in the form of Pop Rocks. We're going to play her out of position and hope that the offense offsets any negative time there. Shortstop, we got who? Nobody we can really put there either. Well, this isn't great. And no better alternative. We're going to keep you there today. We'll work on figuring something out there. And neutral tense is who? A lot of people tense. We got a lot going on right now. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Well, I guess we're having Peels catch this one just to avoid the tenseness. You're not on a position. What are you talking about? Pretend friend. Why are you playing left? What did I do? Did I break something? I broke something. What did I do? So, what did I break? Send help. Headlights. No. Is there... What the heck? Let's you compare, and then what? How did I pull this off? Oh, you can switch people's positions? I didn't know that was a thing you could do. I don't want to do that all the time, but like, so we could have pretend friend. Okay, so we'll make the catcher switch. Let's see something quick. So if we have like Charlie, and who's out of position here? Somebody. Oh, it's Windswept Hair. So if we switch you two. Oh, that's interesting. So now we can put Charlie at second. We switch you two. Oh, that's really weird that that's a thing you can do. So we can have Charlie at third, Papa Rocks at second. This is going to be a bit of a mess, but Eve Online on the mound for the first game of the road triplets. enough noodling around. Let's play some baseball. But the reason I was gonna play this game, I've had a lot going on, and I figured it'd be better to jump back into this series and watch this one. Canada struggling in our division. We really could use some wins here. We got a lot of, this is not a good series for us to start out with in terms of people being out of position. As you get a look at the lineups here, I won't be doing a ton of reading, but hither and thither I shall look at things. As we are on the road, I decided on, I believe this is Founders Field for Canada. So here's headlights, and we are underway. All right. We'll pop up there by headlights. Bellatrix starting the game for Canada. But hope you're doing well. I don't know that one of these has come out since the kind of Thanksgiving break time, so I hope you had a good time with the family if you celebrate. If not, hope you're doing well. We had, I went to see some of my family. My family's a dysfunctional disaster, so I get to see them about once a year, and that's it. But it's always fun to spend some time with them, and did that, and then came back and promptly got sick. It was like Monday afternoon. I wasn't feeling great at work. That's got plenty of air under it. Well, no, it's going to be gone. I thought that was just a lazy fly ball. Instead, we are all of a sudden up 2-zip. Because I think we had, did we not have a runner on base? There's the details on your screen there. We'll take a look at that. From math book, suddenly has 2 runs on the board for us. But yeah, so Monday afternoon at my job, I started kind of feeling nauseous, and I ended up taking Tuesday and Wednesday off. And I never exactly threw up, but it was nasty. It was some kind of weird bug, and it hung out for 2 days. And I went back to work yesterday, and I was not 100%. I was okay, but not 100% on the comeback, and ended up doing a little bit more than I probably should have yesterday, just in terms of, recovering and whatever, but survived, and today was a little better. I'd say I'm at, 85% today, so hoping that with the weekend here, get the chance to enjoy some baseball and gear up for things to come. I had to do some health insurance nonsense. I've been at my full-time position just long enough that as of the first of the year, I'm eligible for health insurance, which exciting isn't the word that I would use, but I do need to get it figured out. And I have a hard time with, I don't know, certain things. So I tried learning programming once, and people started explaining stuff to me, and it was like my brain just shuts off. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think I'll ever understand what you're talking about. You can explain it to me 11 times, and I'm still, it's not going to help. And that was a double play, gets Canada out of the inning. So here they come on offense against Eve Online. But the same thing happened today. We were talking about this health insurance stuff, and I've never been at a full-time job long enough to have benefits. So, I was at a full-time job for about 9 months, but I had been on state health insurance when I moved here because I had worked part-time, so I was on that for a while. And there's the play. So far things are okay on the infield. We'll take it. We got some moved around players today, but what was I gonna say? I called. I have to make an account with a separate bank to set everything up. It is just a whole situation. I think it'll be fine. It's just my brain just shut off, and I was like, that's all I can do today. I called them and got an answer about how to set it up, and I was like, all right, I will do that, just no more. I can't take any more information about this topic right now. All right, well, Canada trying to get something rolling. There's Canada home uniforms. I like the Canada team. I was going to try to come up with something a little more I don't know, generic, or like less generic than just Canada. But I like the fact that they're just kind of the Canadian team. So we got trouble afoot here. Gotta find that little diagram. It likes to hide on me. I know it is here. It's hiding somewhere on the screen. I can't find it, and I'm not bothered. But there's the strikeout there, and we're gonna get out of it. Eve Online, tight ropes, out of danger. But yeah, so between the getting sick and then the health insurance stuff, and I realized today I left my guitar at work for the weekend, so I can't really work on anything on that front. But that's how she goes, I guess. Figured I would crank out some YouTube content and enjoy resting. There's a restaurant that the girlfriend and I go to every weekend, so we'll probably go. It's a little diner, good place. So we'll go eat there, and let's get down out there. All right, I don't like this field. It's hard for me to see because I think it's meant to be. I think it's meant to be just old grass. Pretty, just hard for me to see the ball. Pop up or not? Great. All right, love that. Oh, wild pitch probably. That's what that was. I was gonna say something. Oh, on Sunday, I have more practice on the pitching front. So if you haven't checked out my new pitching video I put up, that's around. I had just enough under it to get the catch. But so Sunday I'll go back and hopefully have a good lesson and keep working on the pitching. All right, give it across. Or don't. Cool. What are y'all doing? Oh, there's a pickle. That's what that was like. Hearing the sound effect of throwing back and forth. I'm like, what are y'all doing? So we've run ourselves into trouble. Gotta love that. But yeah, a lot going on this week, and I have in about a week and a half, a little less than that now, I've got a birthday coming up, and my mission for the weekend is finding a good birthday treat to bring in for my preschoolers. So, doing some local research, I want to bring snickerdoodles. They're one of my favorite cookies. I don't like them all the time, but I like a snickerdoodle. And I've got a kiddo who needs gluten-free. So I want to find a good bakery who makes them. I don't want a box. I want someone to make them, and I see if I can find that for my kids. So looking forward to that. Other than that, it's not like I'm doing much, but the big 2.5 this year, quarter of a century, what's up with that, man? I know that's not old, blah, 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 but when you're done as much as I have in terms of just being in different places, doing so many different things, like since I turned 18, and all of a sudden you kind of look up and it's like, oh, I gotta get health insurance, I'm 25, like, I don't feel like as functional of an adult as my age dictates a lot of the time, you know. In some ways I've been 25 for 10 years, and in some ways I'm still 5, so I know we all feel that way. That's just kind of how she rolls sometimes, but just an odd time, and I'm glad I get to go. I'll be just at work and have treats with my kids. I want to get some silly birthday hats. One of the things that I wanted to talk about in my preschool, or my childcare video, that I don't think I ever really talked about, is just the importance of, like, keeping things lighthearted and being silly with the kids. So as an example, I had music today with my kids, and because I was sick and everything was just kind of crazy this week, I ended up doing like a combined, like, 3 rooms worth of kids, and a lot of kids were gone, so it was just kind of a toss-up. And we been talking about the letter H with the preschoolers this week. We have a letter every week for the most part throughout the year, except like in December we're going to do holiday stuff, and we do things for Valentine's Day, so it gets broken up throughout the year by, like, the special events. Anyways, we're on the letter H, and so we did the Hokey Pokey, we did If You're Happy and You Know It, you know. I should have done, because it popped up later in the day, we were listening to our Amazon Echo for doing some music and movement with them, and I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas popped up. And I was like, oh, how did I drop the ball on that one this time of year? It's a good letter H song. Anyway, I'm rambling about the letter H. And we are still 2-zip here, bottom of inning number 3. But I did, these kids love Down by the Bay. They like to sing about, if you haven't heard it, it's just a little song, and you rhyme your animals, and you rhyme with what they're doing. So you might see, have you ever seen a whale with a polka dot tail, or, a goose kissing a moose? And so they just think that song's the funniest thing. And also, of course, they give me, they're like, how about octopus? And I'm like, I don't, that's not a rhyming word. And they're like, how about an octopus wearing a vest? And they're so funny because they don't quite wrap the concept of the rhyming words. But what I do is, as we sing it, because there's like, today I think I had 12 kids, so I wanted to give all 12 kids a turn to think of an animal to give me. And so we're singing this song, 12 times. Uh-oh, that could be trouble. Oh, good catch. Alright. But I have them sing it in different ways, and so, one time we'll sing it really quietly, and then one time we'll sing it really loud, and then one time we'll sing it really slow, and one time we'll sing it really fast. And then one time we had a little guy who came in, and he loves music, and he's very, lighthearted, sweet kid, and we'll call him John. And I was like, hi, John, and he was just so excited, and I was like, hey, let's sing this in a silly voice, and so he was just laughing, and it's just funny because, that lightheartedness, right? It's not, why so serious all the time when you work with kids? It's not, I don't think it's something that's good for them. I keep things very lighthearted, and I only really get serious if there's something that is, social, emotionally, not okay. So if they're really, being mean to each other, if there's some bullying going on, I kind of go over and put a stop to that. And even then, I'm like, hey, we're not going to do that, because, if that person said that to you, I explain things. I might be a little, stern on the voice, but explaining things to them, I think one of the things that people often discount with kids is that they're little people. They have perspective. They have an understanding of the world. Why am I rambling about all this during a baseball game? I don't know, but we're going to go with it as we, the wind must be blowing in today. But that's all right. We move on. Bottom of the 4th. This one hasn't changed, which is fine by me. But I don't know. And I think in terms of just being an adult, I need to just lighten up on certain things. Why so serious all the time? And I sometimes get caught up in certain things. It's a dumb example, but I have my pair of Red Wing boots, and I've been wanting to get microfiber cloth to clean them, and we kind of been looking around this week and haven't really found much. I haven't done it in a little over a month, and it's like, dude, you'll live if it's a few more days. I just gotta throw some stuff in my Amazon cart and pick it up and deal with it. Ooh. Alright, that's kind of, you can see that we have someone that shouldn't be playing third base. Oops. Whatever. It is what it is. Uh-oh, we got, who we putting in? Oh, criminy, I didn't see her. Hold on. I just want to know who it is. Buzz, alright. A little early. I thought that we were doing okay with Eve, but Buzz, bad person to have in there. Not quite a double play. Not enough on it on the defensive side. That's okay. But I don't know. What is something you do if you've made it this far? Something you do for the holidays that's kind of lighthearted and fun. Or just any time of year, if you don't celebrate any big holidays around this time, what's something you do to just keep things light? For a few years, my siblings and I had a tradition of making gingerbread houses and having a little competition. I haven't done that for a while, but, well, here we go, making this game interesting. It's a one-run contest here. Buzz trying to do something about it here. Uh-oh. Okay, so we get out of there. 2-1. 5th inning. Can't give this up. We gotta keep the pressure on the offensive side of the ball. I did get, I don't know if I'll make it on the channel or not, but I did go ahead and pick up, Madden was on sale for Black Friday, and I finally bit the bullet to check out the coach mode as compared to the one in Axis football. And my issue is that in Madden, you for some reason still have to kick the ball, which is this visual meter, and it's like, I can't see that. That's why I need to play coach mode. Don't do this to me. There's something else you still have to do yourself. It's like, this is silly. I can't see that. It just frustrated me that way. So we're back to the tried and true. You guys know it. Super Mega Baseball 3 is... honestly, like, I love MLB The Show for representing real baseball. I like to play through a whole 162-game season, and when I don't play the games, I watch the games. And I'm a baseball fan. I'm a baseball enthusiast. I am not a baseball expert. I'm not very good at doing that, hitting home runs, for example. So there's the details as we get that run back. That's got to feel good for the girls who have struggled these last few series. Splits or series losses have hurt us, and we have dropped in the division. And new arm on the mound for Canada. June, July. Canada has kept some of their regular faces. And in the next part, I will read more text as we play the game, but... Alright, math books with a runner on. There's trouble. Indeed, as she whacks one right back where it came from. You bet we'll take it.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 6.
Number 6, I believe that is Miss Hazel. What do you think of the series so far? I hope you're enjoying it. If you would like to be a player, if you would like any feedback that you've got, I am happy to put people in the game. I'm happy to incorporate some feedback. Is there anyone that you think is really playing terribly? Keep in mind today we've got a couple of players out of position, but anyone that consistently across the series you're not a fan of that you think we should get rid of? Is there? Oh, come on, get out! All right, gotta pad this lead a little bit. I think we are. All right, feeling good against Canada, which is what we needed. Wow, racking them up here. This is trouble. I think we're going to see probably a new arm here soon. They're struggling. But we'll take it. We need this confidence boost offensively, that's for sure. Canada not a well-regarded team on the pitching front. But yeah, if you have any feedback, any good ideas, I would love to hear them in terms of what to do going forward. We're over halfway through the season. Can you believe that? Over halfway through our first year of the franchise, and do you want to see a year two? Do you want us to keep going? Should this be a dynasty, or should we wrap it up? Should we play something else? The other idea I had, I did design a team for this because I thought it was funny, and it's a 0 overall team. Every player, nothing, no ratings. Everybody's terribly rated. And the idea would be to take them over the course of, some amount of a season, maybe a shorter, like a 20-game season or something like that, and try to, use just the player development and make a worthy team of them. No signing and releasing for a certain amount of time and just dealing with the wins and the losses. So I don't know. I thought that would be an interesting idea. But what other ideas do you have? Other teams? Whoa, that got hit a ton. Come on, get out of here. Oh, that's too high. Not enough distance. Well, look at that. Got 8 runs in that inning. That's ridiculous. So 10-1 our lead. Is Buzzoff going to stay? She is. Give her a leash. We don't need laundry in a game like this. We don't necessarily need someone like Ella. Though I wouldn't mind seeing her get some pitches in this one. Another question I want to ask, and I'm going to ask this a couple more times throughout the next few in the series. Who's your favorite player, and why? I'm a big Ella Vader fan, and I'm a big Charlie Angels fan. I think those are my two favorite players on the team. Do you have favorites? If so, why? Why not? Is there anyone you don't like? I know I kind of asked that with the trading, but is there anyone just, I don't know, personality-wise, or, you know, just little storylines that have come together for this team over the course of this series? Anybody you don't like? And are you interested in, you know, I like to give these things their due in terms of storyline. You know, having, sometimes doing the commentary and kind of getting into it that way. The other thing I'd like to do more of, if we were to do a new series, kind of from the beginning, is, I'll like take screenshots, and I saw that somebody did this with a, I don't know if it was NBA or NHL or maybe MLB The Show, something like that, having like screenshots of the players and like doing articles about them and like having interviews. I don't know, I think it'd be really fun to put together like a universe of these things, whether it be in like Super Mega Baseball 4 when we get there in the spring. I am very excited, if all goes well with Super Mega Baseball 4. I want a little more customization. It'd be amazing to have a little bit more there in terms of like creating your own universe. To the 6th we go with a major lead, by the way. Love this field. This is a pretty ball field. Founders Field here in Canada. Where in Canada would this be? If you are in Canada, or if you've ever been to Canada, is this a Toronto team? Is this a Calgary team? Is this an Edmonton team? What's your pickup on these guys? Montreal. Uh-oh. Long gone there. As you get the details on... Wow. That one flew out of here. Look at that. Alright, well, another run for us. Hopefully you saw the details. I think that was headlights, because now that's math books up there. And she's belting one left field. That's going to have too much air under it, though. I don't know, I love the idea, and I've talked about this before. But I love the idea of kind of these alternate universe style where like everything's fake. I love that everything's fake. I don't have a pressure to know things that I don't know in real life. As much as I love playing the show for the graphics and the presentation and that sort of thing, I love baseball with. It's my favorite sport. It's one of my favorite like things altogether. I love baseball, but I don't know everything about baseball, and I think sometimes there's this huge pressure to, be a big stat nerd about everything. And I love numbers when it comes to baseball. I'm interested in learning about things, and especially as I get into being able to pitch a little bit more consistently, and I get into stat tracking and using Rapsodo to like track my velocity and my spin rate. A bunch of other, metrics I've probably never heard of. I want to get into it because I'll have a reason to understand what these numbers mean. But so often I think you spend so much time digging into numbers that you forget to enjoy the game of baseball for this insanely beautiful sport that it is. It's nuts, it's crazy. My girlfriend and I just finished up after like a year of, watching 10 minutes here and there. It's like 3.5 hours long. And we'd come back to it. It's this crazy video called The History of the Seattle Mariners. And it's I think the channel is called Secret Base. But it's this crazy video about just the weirdest nonsense that has happened with the Mariners since their inception. Just to give you an idea, the first part, they had the long one, and then they have like it broken down into like individual little, documentary length, 45-minute or whatever sections. And the first one is called like something along the lines, I'm paraphrasing, but this is not an endorsement of arson. History of the Seattle Mariners Part 1, and it's about their old stadium and that somebody literally lit it on fire across the street and like watched it burn. And it's like, how is that part of baseball history? That's insane. And you can't make that up. You can't write that down. And when you get to the end of this 3.5 hour just crazy fest, there's some very poetic talk about baseball. What I love, and the narrators, I apologize, I don't know their names off the top of my head, but They talked about how, it's not about winning with the Mariners. It's just about being along for this crazy, weird, wacky, fantastical ride, and that all the fans seem to understand this. And it's just neat. And I actually, I'd like to try to get to another, I want to go to a Mariners game. We've tossed the idea around actually of going opening day next year, out to Seattle, because we can take the Amtrak, to get out there. Got a new arm on the mound. Who's that? Nice. Hang out. I don't know. I just, I love baseball for what it is. And when baseball gets to be too extreme of anything. So, the team that I worked for, the last couple summers, I love the team. And I love baseball. But there was this it was hard. There was a lack of communication from people. I had a lot of personal stuff going on after, the 4th of July. And then I had jury duty. And then I got COVID. And throughout that time, I felt like I was really trying to communicate, what was going on and where we were at with things. And it just, I never heard back from anybody. And I missed the whole rest of the season because I never got a for sure about when I should come back after COVID. And I was like, I'm not going to go back early because we have some folks that work for the team that partner with a local business that helps those with disabilities. And so a lot of, immune compromised people and stuff. And I was just trying to be careful with COVID because I liked the people I worked with and I didn't want to pass it along to anybody. Oh, that's going to go, isn't it? You bet it is. Wow. Another shot. The Gals taking out that frustration of these last couple series in a big way today as you get a look at the details of that home run. Wow. Cool. But the lack of communication, it not to be melodramatic about it, but it made it hard to enjoy the experience, and I'm honestly kind of on the fence about going back next year, because it's if I'm gonna spend so much of my time and my effort, new arm again. How many pitchers did they use today? Sylvia Stout. Brownie points, if you can tell me what that is a reference to, as she gets the double play to get her out of the inning and send us to the bottom of the 7th. But I didn't want it to, I think even next year, I'm going to put in Ella. There she is. What was I going to say? So I even said if I don't work for the team next year, I'm not sure 100%, but if I don't, I'm still, I'm going to buy one of their big ticket packages, and I'm going to go to games, and I'm going to enjoy the experience of being a fan of this team. And I will still spend my money there and enjoy it for what it is. Because I love baseball, and one of my favorite moments from last season, working for this baseball team, it was a night where I want to say we were down pretty big, and we had a pretty small crowd, and I had bought, out of pocket, I bought a bunch of stuff at the beginning of the season to give out, for the game, just bubbles, and I had glow sticks for our fireworks nights, just odds and ends to try to enhance the experience for the families and the kids. And, I know what I would have enjoyed at the age of 7 at a baseball game. If I didn't like the baseball, if someone gave me bubbles or a glow stick, it's I got something to do and run around and just enjoy being a child. Another one. Not enough to get out of here, but wow, teeing off today. That's Canada, but whatever. So, to get back to this story, we had a small crowd. We're down, and I think it had been kind of a back and forth game, but it got to a point where the other team kind of broke it open. And I was up near our press box, and there wasn't a lot of people, and I had missed a little group of girls, probably about 10 years old or so, and they asked if I had any bubbles left, and I said, yeah, I've got some, and so I gave them all a couple things of bubbles, and we'll go with inning number 8. Gave them all some bubbles, and we sat in the bleachers, and they just blew bubbles at me. Put them in my hair, put them all over my hat, and I'm running around with them, jumping on the benches, just being silly with them, like, at that level, right? I come back to, I was talking before about being silly, and I think with kids, adults are so serious. Don't, get off of there, don't touch him, blah, 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 blah. And that's all they hear all day. Do what you're supposed to do, don't do this is bad, this is naughty, this is, not okay, sit down, be quiet, calm down. And there was just this, like, 10-minute stretch. I want to say it was, like, one of the moms or something. It's like, oh, I'm, sorry if they were too much. I was like, no, this is fun. This is what this is. One of my best memories from me being a kid, was a summer camp, and I had a crush on this girl, and, we had this game, and it poured rain. And I mean, like, cloudburst of biblical proportions level of pouring rain. And I remember, like, I put my backpack over her head, and we, like, tried to run to the car. But before we did that, because we thought the game was still going to happen, so we're sitting in the bleachers. It is pouring, like, you wouldn't believe, and it was hot, and we were just singing songs, and, like, this big group of friends, we were all laughing. We must have been, like, 8 or 9, just singing songs and laughing and screaming and, jumping in the stands because it was all wet and there was puddles everywhere. I didn't care at all about the baseball. The fact that that took place at a baseball stadium was a coincidence because we happened to be there. And at that point, I liked baseball passively. That was probably about the time I was starting to get into baseball. But I didn't care about the baseball game. I was just enjoying having fun and loose, being silly. And that stuck with me because now that I work with kids, and now that I've worked with a baseball team, it's like, those are the things that when you're a kid, those are the things that matter. And I try to give those things back, whether it's in a classroom or at the ball field. Ooh. Sorry, I'm getting a drink. I have this cherry cola Pepsi. That's black cherry cola, I think it's called. I like to try all the silly flavors of Pepsi. Don't. Okay, I was like, please do not put laundry facilities in this game. We do not need her. Okay, that was a pinch batter, I think, because Ella is still on a mound. Ooh. Alright. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully some of that makes sense. Very rambly day today. Talking about being silly, talking about baseball, talking about all sorts of stuff. Look at that. Couple of goners. Uh-oh. Okay, get fouled. Couple of strikes, couple outs. Not quite. Not quite. Staying alive, staying alive. Come on, Ella. Can't get the call. Ella. There it is. Look at that. To the 9th. Whoa, what did we get? Was I not paying attention? 16 runs, excuse me? Wow. That's kind of gross. I think that's a little... I think we can, what did I say about we can keep adding to this lead. I didn't mean do that to the point where we're making an embarrassment of the Canadians here. Yikes. Hey, I'll take it though, because we, said it before, we need the wins, that's for sure. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. We're looking like we're going to wrap this up pretty easily, I hope. That is the goal. I really want feedback, though. I wanted to make this, when I created this series originally, I wanted to make it something that people could get involved in, and my goal down the road with Super Mega Baseball 4, with any other games that we play like this where we do a series, now that I actually know how to record these on the PlayStation and get them up, I would like to make these something that we do as a community. I cannot believe, I gotta say this, because between the pitching content and some of my more recent videos that have done well on the channel, there's 86 of you. 86 human being people that have followed this insane channel for the last couple of years through pure madness. Whether that's the accessibility content, whether that's the baseball stuff, whether that's the vlogs, whether that's the plant I do whatever I want with this channel, and there's not really a schedule. You know, lately I've been uploading a lot because it's easy for me to record things. I've had good ideas for things, or things have happened to me that have been worth recording, or I've had experiences that I wanted to, you know, catalog or log for myself, and I just think that they make good content for you guys. But there are 86 of you that are following as subscribers, and I am aware of about 3 of you, 4 of you maybe, that I can think of off the top of my head. So there's a lot of people, and it's probably more than that. I can't, you know, of the people that have commented, I know a handful of you. We got some movement. Why are we... This is what gets me about the AI. It's like the Knights, so they feel like they have to use the closer. You do not. It is not necessary. I would have just kept Ella in and let her finish it, or bring in someone like Alley Katz, who has been struggling. Oh, I was gonna say something else. I don't know what it was, man. I just thank you guys, because obviously without people to watch, I just throw videos at the internet void and hope that something works. So I appreciate you. Appreciate the victory for getting the W here. I'll give you a look at the numbers. 86 of you, though. I just, that's unreal to me, and you know, we're getting close to 100. That's insane. Look at the numbers in this one. Big old game, 16-1. And that lone run given up by, I believe, Eve Online. Other than that, the bullpen was perfect today. As I give you a look at the rest of the numbers in this one. No totals there if you'd like to take a look-see. And the best part, the MVPs. Who do we have today? Windswept Hair 4-4-5 with 2 RBIs. With 2 RBIs? Yep, 2 RBIs and a run score. Miss B's back on proper form, 3 for 5 with a couple of homers, 3 RBIs, 3 runs scored. And then we have Headlights. Look at this. 2 for 5 with a couple home runs. 7 RBIs. And 3 runs scored. That is disgusting. What an absolute legend. Look at that. So we're looking good here against Canada. We're going to take a look at a couple of things before we end it here. So I wanted to take a look at our schedule. First of all, so we're going to finish up in Canada, and then we get to go to my favorite stadium, and also play one of my favorite teams next, South Park. I don't know that we have. I think we've played them once. So back in the streaming days, of course. See if we have anything new here. Miss Ella, what can we do for you, Ella? Composed. 1-4. I don't think, is that new? Velo -4 for Ella. I like your Velo where it is, though. And for the fielding one, junk +8. Junk. What do you got for junk? Could use it, but kind of neither here nor there about that. I not so sure. Well, let's do this. Let's simulate the CPU games here. As you can see, we are climbing back up, trying to catch up then with the Neon. Look at this turn of events here. Here, let's do this. So, trying to catch up with the Neon, who are a game up on us here. And look at Korea has fallen down. We have fallen down. Canada struggling. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to simulate the middle game here. So let's see how we do. Wow, a low score, 2-0. Okay, we're gonna do the same with our next game here. Let's simulate the CPU again. And then I'll get out of your hair. And that'll be it for this episode. I just wanted to do a league check here. See how we're doing here. So, and look at that. Orlando must have lost a game. And we are tied for first. Let's see how this next game goes for us. And we will play. You know how it is. We got to play the last game in this series. So, how did we do? Ho, ho, ho. We eked that one out. Looks like not by much. Is that 5-4 final? Oof. Well, on the mound, you get a little bit of a preview here after we simulate the CPU games. I just bonked the mic. I apologize. Orlando and Korea. Look at Orlando go. They must have picked somebody up on the free agent pool or something, man. That's pretty nuts. Hawaii, Tacoma going to battle there. And that'll do her. So here is your preview of our next ball game at Canada. And what a game it shall be. Blaze Ellis on the mound for Canada. Peace time for us. Not our usual pitcher in the rotation. We may have to change that. But you'll have to watch the next part to find out just what we do as we wrap up this series in Canada. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any ideas, thoughts, feedback, any of the above, all of the above, let me know. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.